All right, welcome back to another video. Today, I'm gonna do some commentary on a few games because I've been trying out Captain Landy, maybe Captain Landy or Nandy, Candy, whatever you want to call it. So, I've been pairing her with Conquer Lilias because I really like the Vigor buff. To give her that extra survivability because honestly my defense isn't the highest and I haven't been able to reforge Landy's gear, and my idea was to pair her also with Diane for that anti-crit buff because I initially thought that it stacked with Landy's innate 70% crit anti-crit or crit resistance, but it didn't. I learned that the hard way, but it still helps a little bit. um, I was hoping that my Landy would basically out DPS their last Radio Crow. It's a little bit of a risky move since my Landy isn't the most built. Diane um, tanking those crits in this game. But Seaside Blowna was an interesting pick here, especially since she can keep on triggering my Landy with AoEs. Or actually just her ultimate, but I don't know. So we got the Alencia with the full strip. My Landy fortunately like resisted everything. I don't know if she had like really bad effectiveness or something, but it seems like a lot of people resisted. I don't know what it is. I feel like Landy, I've gotten the impression that she either does a lot or she does nothing. She's one of those units who's like all or nothing, but so far she's been doing all right. Here, unfortunately, we see Diane getting armor broken, which is a bit unfortunate. I don't have a lot of effect resist on her, or not as much as I would like, at least. Um, so we see a Robbie here with the attack down, so I feel pretty safe from whatever they've got to throw at me. We got Landy with the counter, and she's full rage bar, and you know what that means. Landy's definitely one of those units that like puts the opponent on a timer, because once she uses that ultimate, very often the game is pretty much decided. Um, so here I was thinking of stripping Alencia because I think, or my idea was at least that Seaside Bellona wouldn't survive Landy's ultimate anyways. Unfortunately, Diane falls here due to the defense break, but here we go with the Landy animation. Oh, I don't know. A lot of people don't like the animation, but I can see why. But I love it. I love it. I don't know. There's something about it that I just love. So we managed to stun Alencia and a Ravi, and here from now on the game is pretty much decided. Like, um, there's not really much the opponent can do at this point. Uh, so here we have the second game. We have Zahak going fast. I was hoping that the crit resist on Aiden would be enough to protect her, but that failed, unfortunately. He kind of backfired and he got her anyways. But and then they have Angel of Light, whom we all love, and the Bellona did like surprisingly little damage to my Landy despite critting. And Landy not resisting that Aravi, which is gonna be a reoccurring issue here. So we've got Ras. I was thinking whether or not to do his S2 or S3, but I decided to try to just do everything to keep Landy alive, just to minimize our our risk of failure, basically. But that's why I wanted to give her the defense buff, so Bellona cannot just ult her. So this isn't looking too bright, and I see her. Landy has such like power, so she's fully capable, definitely, of like taking down multiple units as long as she gets her ultimate off. So basically, I'm trying to just stall for long enough and hope that Landy counters like this, like enough just to build her rage bar up all the way. Landy does a lot even without her ultimate if she keeps on countering. I was hoping here to defense break the Angel of Light to try to one-shot her, because she's definitely a threat, but unfortunately she didn't get defense broken, which would have been really helpful. But Ruana is still silenced, which is very, very, very unfortunate. But we get the very nice follow-up, but here. So we've got the ultimate here. I haven't molagorad it all the way up actually. I think I'm missing the last 3 stages, so that's actually 20% damage. But as you can tell, she still deals a tremendous amount of damage. My Landy, I think I have like 6 enhancements left on her, so she's actually not fully molagorad. So I think she's doing amazing considering she has a lot left to upgrade. Here we have Bellona ulting, and I am just so barely staying alive. It's unfortunate that she didn't die there and that Raz didn't crit, unfortunately, but what can really come in clutch is the healing that comes from Landy's extra attack on her S1. As you can tell, she heals up quite a lot. And here it all depends on whether or not a Ravi or the cockroach, as I call her, crits, which she unfortunately did, and which made me lose the game, unfortunately, because there's no way of bringing her back, and I'm out of DPS, so that was unfortunately a loss. So the third game, we have a Conquer Lilias on the enemy team. I always pick Ocean Breeze Ludica against Conquer Lilias these days because she's such a strong counter. I built mine with less speed but a lot more effect resistance. I think I'm even above like 200% effect resist, so I don't think there's rarely any case when she ever gets debuffed. And we have Rimuru, really enjoying that anti-crit buff and smacking Celine right in the face. Mine is built with crit damage, so he's not very tanky, but he packs quite a punch, literally. We have Politist coming in, but we're really lucky that nobody here gets stunned. The debuffs, though, can really hurt Landy. I like to pair Landy with somebody who can cleanse, because I haven't built mine with a lot of effect resist, just because she's so stat hungry for everything else. So here I'm taking a wild guess and just hoping that he will win the 50-50 against the blind debuff, and he did, and we have 2 defense breaks, which is very favorable. And we finally get off. We get Rihanna, what am I saying? Roana's ultimate here to just get some more healing to hopefully help our allies to stay alive. Roana, amazing these days. I feel like there's so many counter and extra attacks. There's rarely any game I go with that doesn't have Roana unless I'm cleaving. Landy, her critting. I have quite a high crit. I almost have 300% crit damage on my Landy, so but she only has 85% crit rate, which in my experience equals 50% chance to crit. And Politist smacking that Rimuru. And Rimuru is seemingly out of the game. But we are fortunate to get the extra from Landy, and we managed to take Politist out and deal quite a lot of damage on the Conqueror Lilias, actually. So the Lulka is, I wouldn't say super tanky, but she's definitely sturdy. She can definitely take a few punches without going down. And here I know that if she uses her non-attack skill, it will gain Lulika the stacks she wants. So I was waiting to see whether or not she would actually do that, which they actually decide to do. So Lulika, who refuses to get debuffed, pushes herself up, and she's just 1 stack away from her little ability, whatever it's called. So here we have but we're blinded. Landy suffers quite immensely from being blinded, because if she misses, this happens. She barely deals any damage at all, which was really unfortunate. But I still am confident that I am able to out DPS their comp, especially with my Roana and Luluka still protecting the Landy. Here I decided to just cleanse the attack down, since I have no other way of cleansing Landy, and she definitely needs her attack stats to deal the damage. So that's why I used it. And unfortunately, Last Rider Crow has his ultimate back up, but he is blinded, and my Landy counters.
I'll make you taste despair.
She actually deals a lot less.
The
She hasn't procced a lot of extra attacks for me, but she does counter. She does counter for me, but so here the match is pretty much decided with the attack buff. There's pretty much nothing left to do for them. So Landy's definitely a sturdy pick. She can definitely dish out a lot of damage while being rather difficult to take down. My Landy still has a lot of upgrades to do before she has the desired tank stats that I wish for her, but super happy that I was really lucky to pull this unit. And if you enjoy this content, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll be back with more content. So be sure to be on the lookout for that, and take care, and I'll see you some other time. Bye bye.